Hi guys, how are you guys doing today? My name is Yadi, and what I'll be doing today is creating a dark feminine makeup look. I'm grabbing inspiration from just different looks I've seen that to me show a dark feminine vibe or whatever. And yeah, so to start off, I already prepped my skin. I put moisturizer on. I did not put any primer on because I won't be going anywhere, so I don't really have to do any of the extra steps, but if I were to be going anywhere, I would put some on. I will be using the Fenty Beauty what is this called? The blurring skin tint, one of my favorite products. And I want it to be like less foundation and then just add more concealer. So dark feminine does not necessarily mean full coverage. I feel like it could sound like that's what like if I think dark feminine look, I think full coverage makeup, but everything is in the eyes. The eyes are what makes the dark feminine look. It could either be soft or it could be you know, a darker eyeliner. There's many things that can show as dark feminine. Some of the people that I think of when I think dark feminine, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. One of the main ones is Megan Fox. You know, she is, well, now maybe not so much. I feel like her makeup has gotten more full coverage, but in the past, her makeup has always, you know, her aura, her personality, just how mysterious she was, it gave dark feminine. And another person is Alexa Demi. She gives off the same vibe, you know. So for my eyes, I'm gonna do a wing. I don't know if I'm gonna do it dark or not. I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow. But for sure, you know, you start off with prepping your eyes, just adding concealer or whatever you like to use on your eyelids. And I have to be very careful because of my eyelashes. Pretty annoying, but they just save you so much time on your day-to-day. So if I can afford them, probably keep getting them done. Okay, next thing I'll do is I'll set them with some powder. Once I feel like they are pretty set, I can start with the eyeshadow. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna start with just transition colors from my favorite palette, which is the matte palette from Makeup by Mario. And you just kind of, I'll be using matte 2 to start the transition in eyeshadows. I'll add another transition color to that. These colors just have to be pretty light and just something that will look good with the colors you're intending to bring in. So I'll just do something close to it, but different at the same time. Like looks always start with like the same transition colors just because they're easy, and my looks always tend to have like a similar vibe. They're pretty similar basically is what I'm saying. Since we're going for like a dark feminine, I feel like almost like burgundy is, you know, kind of a cute color, like a burgundy brown. I think that's probably when I'm gonna do something in the mix. So I'll add a slightly darker brown in the crease and just kind of build it up. It's okay if you like, if I get it down here, because I can always clean it up at the end if I haven't even applied concealer yet. Once I get rid of most of the product, I bring it in just to make sure that it's all nicely blended. I don't want any patchiness, but if you set the eyes correctly, usually you won't have any patchiness, unless the eyeshadow kind of sucks. Okay, and for the next color that I'll add is matte 9. It looks like a reddish burgundy color, and I'll use a smaller brush to just pack it in before I blend it in. But even packing in, it's I don't pack in because I'm too much of a scaredy cat. So I just add it here. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. Yes, it looks gross, but I haven't blended yet. That's not even the brush I'm gonna use. And with a fluffy brush, I'm gonna blend that in. And I'm gonna drag it out and up. And I'll add more of that reddish burgundy mixed with like a brown. 9 and 10, I'm gonna mix them together. And I'm gonna add them in here. Just to intensify the color a bit more and add that burgundy reddish look in. We're going back to like grungy vibes, so this reminds me of that. So I don't think my camera was recording for like the last 10 minutes. So all I did was add the colors. I used transition colors. I added like a burgundy brown. I'm not sure if that was in the other video. All I did was add my eyeliner. I used powder to add. I used brown eyeshadow to figure out what my eyeliner is supposed to look like. I used the angle of my brow, which is the inner brow, this area right here, to figure out where my eyeliner is supposed to go. I have a crease. My crease goes pretty low, so I always want to make sure that my eyeliner stays below that, because if not, my eyes will look not the cutest, because my lid and my crease will be hiding all of the eyeliner. So all I do is pull it out. Like I said, I mark it like this as if I'm gonna do my brows, and then I drag it straight down and I just follow that. So I added dark brown, I blended it out, and then I added black on top. I blended that out as well. This step was similar to the Kylie Jenner one I did last time, the King Kylie. So if you guys are really curious as to how I did it, you can go and watch that video, but it really isn't that hard once you follow like the brow step. Just do the eyeliner method that works the best for you, because everybody's eye shape is completely different. So for me, I want to just stay under my crease. If you have similar eyes to me, then you follow as I do. But I added concealer, and then before I move on, I let it sit, and now I'm gonna go in, because it's been a couple minutes, to blend it out. I added a lot of concealer because I do not have a full coverage foundation on, so I want it to just look very nice and covered, especially my under eyes, because I have nice bags. Not that concealer covers them all. I'm gonna add some concealer to clean up the bottom of my liner, not because it's supposed to be intense or anything like that, just so I can follow a nice guideline for my eyeliner. Don't worry if they're not perfect, they never are, even with eyeshadow. So we're gonna leave it like that for now. In our lash line, I'll be adding a dark brown, just to add some darkness. You can add, well, I see people adding black, but I personally don't want, I actually don't have a black eyeliner. I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and then I'm gonna add my bottom eyeshadow. So for my eyeshadows, I always follow the same colors I use on my lid, I use on my lower lash line on the outside. So I'll start with a transition color, same one I used the first time, which is Nude 2. You know what, I'm actually gonna set my under eyes because that will allow for a better blending. So I'm gonna add some more concealer and let it sit for a couple seconds. So I let the concealer sit for a second, and then I'm gonna blend it out. And then for powder, I'm gonna apply a loose powder first. This is Hourglass. And I'm gonna use just a little like poof. And then before I set it, I make sure I don't have any creases, because you can start with creases. I'm trying to get in there as much as possible, just so they crease as little as possible. I don't know if there's a way to completely prevent creasing, honestly. Alright. Next thing I do after I've set it with that is I actually set it a little bit more with pressed powder, just on top. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury. I bought the small one because I wanted to try it out. And then I just go on top of that. Makeup will always look like makeup. So I try to use, if I can, avoid foundation, full coverage foundation for my whole face. I rather that because it doesn't sit nicely the whole entire day. At some point, your makeup is going to start breaking and you just can't prevent it. Some makeup just breaks less than other. It all depends on your skin and the products you're using. They can clash, they can be like magic together. It all depends. So now I'll start with my under eye like area, just to add all the same colors as I mentioned earlier. And I'll start with the same transition colors. Now it should be really smooth to add these. Sometimes this process can irritate your eyes. At least it does for me. For my inner corner, to add the Siren-ish, cat eye, you know, whatever you call it look, I'm gonna add some black and brown to the inner corner. I kind of just follow what my eye shape does. And then I'll do the same thing to the other side. Sometimes I struggle with this eye a little bit more, just because I think my eye is slightly different than the other side. Here we go, and then I'll add the eyeliner to my actual eyeliner area. And I just follow what I created earlier. This is just to darken it up. Remember, perfect is not possible, just do your best and it will be good enough. I think I'm almost done with my eyes. The next thing I'm gonna do is add some black to my lower line, just so it looks kind of, you know, nicely put together. And then bring it in as much as I can. This is my interpretation of dark feminine eyes. Like I said, this is me just grabbing inspiration from different looks I've seen and making it my own. And I would prefer if I had actually black eyeliner to put into my eye line, like my waterline, but I don't have any, so I'll have to do with this. Next thing I'll be doing is adding my actual face product. So I'm gonna add some blush. Hopefully it sets okay, because I already set like my under eye area. And we're gonna use, I'll just use a brush. Luckily, Rare Beauty blushes blend super nice, so I shouldn't have any trouble. That is why I like them so much, but I don't know if I'll see anything come up. I know it looks crazy right now maybe, but we're working on it. contour. For this dark feminine look, I feel like this is a big part of it. Just because when I think dark feminine, I think sharp, like sharp features. Sorry, my piercing gets itchy. Well, my piercing makes my nose itchy. And then I bring this down. And if it looks a little crazy, I can always just use a sponge to diffuse it a little bit more. And then go in with the brush again to make sure that everything's nicely blended again. And next thing I'll do is do my lip liner. So for lip liner, I still think that nudes are, you can either dress up a nude or dress down a nude. For my peak and for the bottom, I'll be using, what is this called? I'll be using Endless Cacao from Makeup Forever just to add some, kind of like a shadow. And then on top of that, I'll be going in with my new favorite, Iconic Nude. Iconic Nude. And go on top of that. I've been really bad about hydrating my lips, just like always, so hopefully they look okay. Next, I'll be setting my face with loose powder, especially in this area right here. So I'm gonna just brush them up. And with just your brow, whatever you use for brows, I'm just gonna, you know, kind of shade them in. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. Ooh. And just brush them up. And if one looks darker than the other one, I just kind of brush it out so it looks fine. And then you want everything to be lifted, so I'll add just a tiny bit of the product I use for brows and then just brush them up. Preferably do this before, but there are no rules in makeup. Unless you like rules, then you could probably find some rules. So that is it for my brows. And next thing I'll do is I'll set with my pressed powder as well, just over the same area as earlier, just in here, and then here. I don't like this area right here specifically around my nose to be shiny ever at all, just because I don't know, I feel like it looks weird. Next thing I'll be doing is I'll go over my lips with a lip gloss, and I'll go over, is my face set? Not necessarily, so kind of set my face with the poop I was using earlier so I can go over my blush. I don't think I'll add more blush. I feel maybe I'll add a little bit. I'll be adding just a tiny bit of blush on top of my already blush. Not too much. Just like that, and then same thing to the other side. And here. And here. For my concealer, I always say concealer when I mean contour area. I'll be using Private Island just to add some more warmth here. last up here and down. Alright guys, I think that's going to be the end of the video. If I were going out, I'd be adding some of my setting spray, but I don't want to waste it since I won't be going anywhere. And I hope you guys enjoyed the look. Like I said, I just grabbed different pictures, different inspiration from different pictures or videos or whatever I saw, and just put it together and made this look. Nothing crazy, very similar to other looks. If you guys do enjoy it, please give me a like. Lets me know that I'm doing something good. I do apologize for not recording a small part where I was working on my eyes, but if you guys do want to see how that goes, you can check out my Kylie video, the King Kylie. The eyeliner part, it's like basically the same thing, just with brown and black, and then you just blend it out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys have any requests as to something else you'd like to see for the beauty part of my videos, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.